I had an art teacher, Mr. Carthage, who acknowledged that I could draw, and he applied for a couple of scholarships for me. One was at the School of Visual Arts, one was at NJCU. And it turned out that the School of Visual Art was partial. My mom could not afford the rest. And the one at NJCU was full. So my mom says, "You're going to NJCU." The first class I take with Ben Jones was drawing. And of course, it was an experience. Because Ben would always walk around behind you, ask you to put your work up on the wall, he would critique it, he would demand of you 50 to 100 of, say, a portrait by the next week. You were able to take me, mold me mentally, physically into this man who now understand what not only art is, but where it has to come from, and how hard I have to work to make myself be noticed and seen and heard in this community. You just gave me that confidence that I thought I had, but it was not in the right direction. And you kind of took all that and put it in the right direction, made me think about art and about my community, the place I come from, in a totally different way. Not only shaped me, it shaped my kids, my family. Looking back, it is the greatest thing that ever happened to me, especially after meeting Ben and all the friends that I met. This piece belongs to a series called Messengers, which I began about 2-3 years ago. And the idea for me was to basically put women of color in the front. So my mother, my wife, my daughter, I wanted to show that they are the strength and the core and the columns of our community and our society. The icon of messages that I wanted to get across, the simplistic of the geometry. Obviously, there's one thing that all the women share, and that's there's a stoic look to them. They have like this kind of like chin up. If you look at all the paintings I've done of the women, they're not smiling. And there's a reason for that. That authoritative, kind of strong look also sends a message. And so I draw or I paint the women so that they look like you can't fuck with them. You know, like they're there, they're strong, and they represent something, and they come from somewhere, and they're carrying this message of the culture.